We're doing some Animal Crossing, and I think I'm gonna read some Reddit, because couldn't really think what to do, but I feel like doing some Reddit. I don't know, thought it might be an alright idea. I've been feeling really rough lately. Head's not all there, and well, we're gonna try out a new format. See if it works. I'm gonna do some Animal Crossing. I haven't checked up on my town in a little while, so hopefully they're not too mad at me. But I think we're gonna read like Am I the Asshole today. If you got any requests, like, let me know. Alright. There's an event though. What? All through next month we'll be having weekly fireworks shows. Start at 7 p.m. every Sunday, so don't forget to come out and admire the night sky. It's all for me. Time for y'all to get out and enjoy your day. Okay. What was I doing in Animal Crossing? I kind of want to have a goal before I get into reading the Reddit. Do I have a goal at all? Oh, I kind of wanted to keep that hair, dude. Look dope. Okay. So, for our first story, got Am I the Asshole for making my wife throw a whole chicken out? Okay, dude. I never checked my mail before on my last save. Oh, I got interest. Okay. Anyway. Am I the asshole for making my wife throw out a whole chicken? So my wife decided she was going to try a new recipe for dinner tonight. It's a one-pot chicken thing with orzo. She ordered the groceries online this morning, went to collect them at around 11 a.m. She got back home around midday and unloaded everything from the car. I want to fish. Alright. Flash forward to 5:30 p.m. My wife returns from an afternoon walk with her friends. After 5 minutes of dinner preparing sounds, I hear aloud, "What the fuck? Where is my chicken gone?" From the kitchen. Naturally assume that she forgot to order it. She assures me there's a chicken somewhere. Eventually she tracks it down. It's been in the boot of our car all afternoon. "Hi Thomas, how's it going?" Now the chicken wasn't a frozen chicken. Chicken was a whole fresh raw chicken in a sealed bag. Although it wasn't a particularly warm day, we had a high of 16 degrees Celsius and our car was sitting out in the sunshine all afternoon. That sounds like it stinks, dude. I told my wife I was posting this and she wants me to stress that the chicken was still cool to the touch. Personally, I wouldn't say the chicken was warm, but I also wouldn't call it overly cold. It's safe to say it was somewhere between fridge temperature and room temperature. After finding the chicken, I tell my wife I do not want to eat the chicken. She tells me we're going to eat the chicken. I go back to the couch and start Googling how long you can... Yeah, because Google has how long you can leave a chicken in the car for. That sounds great. I go back to the kitchen and tell my wife I don't want to eat the chicken. She tells me we're going to eat the chicken. I explain I've Googled it. We shouldn't eat the chicken. She keeps preparing the chicken. Wait, did he bite that and I wasn't looking? We have a back and forth like this for a while, at which point I pitch the idea. She can have the chicken. And I just can't make something... I can just make something simple for dinner. You know what? That's a good compromise. Let her eat the rancid chicken. That sounds great. She's not thrilled because she wanted to make this meal with me. No, for me. Yeah. At this point, I tell her I'm not going to eat it. I feel like I'm being made to eat a chicken against my will. She then proceeds to walk out the door, get in the car, and head off in search of another chicken from the store. I feel like a bit of an asshole about it, but I also feel we may have wasted a perfectly good chicken. I don't know about that. That chicken was sitting in the car. If it's like feeling warm to the touch, dude. No, that's not a good chicken. I mean, it sucks that you wasted the chicken, but like, I don't know, do you have a dog or something? Maybe the dog could eat it. Just boil it. Chop it up, give it to a dog. I don't know, I'm sure the neighborhood raccoons would like it or something like that. But I'd say you're not the asshole for that. Bad things happen. And I personally wouldn't want to eat a chicken that was left out in a car. That doesn't sound like a good idea to me. Come on, fishy. You gotta eat this. Oh no, oh no, oh! I can't see. None of these fishies are liking me. None of them. Alright, what's the next one? Am I the asshole for having my wife not attend my sibling's wedding? My brother, let's call him Nathan, is getting married early next year to someone he's been dating for a long time. My wife and I both have no issues with either of them. We were both looking forward to attending the wedding, till he told us recently that children would not be allowed to attend the wedding. We have a 1-year-old, not had it. If that was a past tense, oh man, that would be a little worrying. We have a 1-year-old son who is the only child who is blood related to either the bride or groom in the wedding. No one else has any children. We both have very small immediate families. We also live a good distance from any family. Both of our parents live multiple hours away and aren't viable options for sitting. Through a variety of circumstances and or attending the wedding themselves. I got a black bass. Black bass. We were obviously very disappointed to find out they wouldn't want kids at the wedding, considering the only blood relative affected is our son. But chose to respect their wishes. Now we've made the decision to have my wife not attend so that she can watch my son, considering that I am involved in the wedding as the best man. My family's upset about this, saying that she would... Bro, why would... Okay, I don't know. You're not the asshole so far. Unless something changes in the next couple of sentences, I don't... There's no way that you're the asshole here, dude. Yeah, no, are we the assholes here? We didn't make a decision out of spite. We were just upset at the Yeah, no, you're not the asshole. What? Edit. I forgot a few key pieces of information. The wedding is roughly an hour away from me, so it's not super close. My brother wants the groom's parties to stay overnight, which makes it more difficult. Which means we would need overnight accommodations. There's a hotel nearby my wife and son to stay at, but I can't justify paying for a room for them both to sit there and do nothing. Yeah, okay, no. No, what do you mean? You're not the asshole. Alright. Let's sell some stuff quick. I'm gonna get rid of... I can't use these? Oh, wait. No, I want to sell. Buddy. I want to sell. Summer shell, cowrie. Black bass, sand dollar, sea snail. No, I guess he'll sell that. Look at all the fine things you brought in today. Allow me to run the numbers. And done. I can buy these for a total of 1,360. Sure. That's gross and sounds like food poisoning. I agree. I totally agree. Sorry. My mic arm was blocking the chat. Now, am I the asshole for getting mad about a Brita jug? I'm just gonna go outside and drop a bunch of stuff off on the ground. 'Cause I don't know what I'm doing right now. But I don't want all of this in my inventory. Can't put things in the plaza. Okay. Just do it here. Rusted parts. Oh yeah. I gotta find more rusted parts. Mom's plushie. Oh, wait. I need to use a mom's plushie. Let's see what it's like. Oh no, I just stepped on the... I wanted that bug. Ooh. Here's another buggy. Mine. No! That's depressing. Am I the asshole for getting mad about a Brita jug? I always use a Brita filter in my... Ah! Is that a bed bug? Oh, gross! Gross! Ugh. Okay. I'm gonna put the plushie inside. Oh, he's so cute. I always use a Brita filter in my fridge to fill my 40-ounce tumbler in the morning. It had been a few days in a row where the jug would be empty before I could fill up my tumbler. And I thought I was losing my mind because I was filling it like always. I thought it might have been my boyfriend who doesn't normally use the filter, so I decided to ask him. I didn't want to sound accusatory, so I asked, hey, have you been using the Brita filter for water at night recently? He replied, yeah, I use it to fill up my glass. I said, oh, that makes sense. I haven't been having enough water to fill my tumbler in the morning. I thought I was losing my mind. You think you'd be able to just top it off if you use the middle of the night so I can have enough in the morning? I thought it would be a simple yes. I didn't even realize I'll do that from now on. Instead, he told me I was ridiculous for needing a full 40 ounces of water in the morning, that he shouldn't be expected to fill up the Brita every time he wants to have a glass of water. Are you new to Animal Crossing? Yeah, basically. Pretty new. I thought it would be simple. Okay, yeah. There have been other incidences. Like, instances. Like, if I left a few dishes in the sink, he washed his own and left mine. They've all added up to really bother me, and when I brought it up again, he basically repeated the same thing. He also said that I shouldn't even need that much water. What, you can't be thirsty? You can't be thirsty? Come on, dude. Said I could always fill it up wherever I was going. Basically, if you want to fill up your water, that's not my problem, and you should be the one checking it's full at night, which I always do. Except he was using it in the middle of the night when I was asleep. Yeah, bro, I would be so upset. I told him that if my partner isn't willing to do something as simple as take a few seconds to fill a jug so I can have water in the morning, that was incredibly selfish and not a life I was looking forward to. That's completely reasonable, dude. That's completely reasonable. And why is he being a little baby about it, dude? You're having too much water, and I can't take 2 seconds out of my middle of the night water rounds to fill it up for you. Oh, bro. It sounds like a dickhead. We've been together for 4 years? 4 years! What? Been through each other's side for a lot. Our relationship isn't abusive and there's been no cheating or anything, so now I'm wondering if I'm just blowing this out of proportion. To me, it's more about the principle and not the incident. Like, if you love someone, you should want to help them out in small ways. But maybe I'm being unreasonable? No, that's totally okay. That sucks. What a little man baby. Yo, you drink too much water. Wait, what's his problem? It's not like he's cleaning up your pee pads or something like that. That sucks. That sucks. No, you're not the asshole in this one. Not the asshole. Next. Am I the asshole for not catering to my nephew's pickiness? My sister-in-law is staying with us for a few months while they move in, and it's been tough. I work from home while she's a stay-at-home mom. So she's home with me and her kids. Honestly, I don't mind them much. My kid loves her cousins, and it's nice having someone to talk to at home during the day. But the tough part is cooking for them. Not only am I cooking for double the amount I'm used to, I also have to figure out what to make for them. Okay. Picky kids aren't that hard. You just ask them. I'm gonna be honest. It can be frustrating. But if you just ask and keep on asking, after the first time that they don't get to eat because they didn't answer you, they will answer you. I can promise you that. Because they'll realize, yeah, they just want to know. But if they don't get to eat one time, because they wouldn't answer you, they will answer the next time. Anyway. My sister-in-law, they're very picky. They don't like tomato sauce. They don't like veggies. They don't like melted cheese. They don't like mayo on their burger, but sandwich is fine. They don't like soggy cereal. I can go on and on. They sound like kids. Every day I try to make something they like. I made pancakes. My sister-in-law is like, oh, what recipe did you use? My oldest only eats a certain recipe. When he walks in, she goes over the top to try to explain to the 6-year-old that this is a different recipe and he'll have to try it. He refuses to try it until she forces him to take a bite, and he throws a fit because he doesn't like it. If you're forcing somebody to... Look, if you're forcing a kid to try it, they're never gonna like it. I'm telling you that. there's no amount of talking you can do. You can try and like trick them, and that kind of works. It has worked before for some picky eaters. If you trick them, I don't know how you trick them. You kind of just like make it like so it's cool. Seems cool. Anyway, any meal I make, I'm already expecting her to say something about it. Yesterday I made sliders hoping that they would be fine. Nope. She asked me to make half of them specific to the ordered child's. No cheese or sauce, just bread and meat. He still didn't eat it because he didn't know about the taste. Anyway, I've been already cooking with way less vegetables than I usually do. I'm at my wit's end, but I refuse to cook mac and cheese boxes and no sauce pizza every night. No sauce pizza sounds disgusting. My freezer and pantry are filled with processed foods and snacks that we usually don't have because our kids don't snack on fruits and veggies. They snack on chips and donuts. I wish I was kidding, but I haven't seen her kids consume any fruit or veggies in the past few days. So, am I the ass? I mean, I guess it all depends on, like, the severity of it, right? I think, I don't know, one sec. Let me go read this a bit. Let me go read back. Letting us stay for a few months while they move. I don't know. If this is a temporary accommodation, why don't you ask, like, she's a stay-at-home mom, so why doesn't she help with the cooking? I don't know. Like, it shouldn't be too hard. If you're gonna have to change up the meal that much every time, I feel like it shouldn't be too much to ask for you, like, just to help out. Maybe if you have to, like, make variations, you could have another frying pan, and, you know, she could be doing their variation while you do, like, a bigger one for everyone else. I don't know. You're not the asshole, but you're certainly, like, there are a couple of things you could do. There are a lot of things you could do. And I feel like complaining on the internet about it isn't the best one. But also, they are kids. You know what? It depends on how old these kids are. I think that's what matters the most. How old are these kids? If they're like under 10, then you're an asshole. If they're under 10, you're kind of being an asshole. The kids are picky. They're gonna be picky. If they're over 10, oh, okay. That's different. That's very different. All right, let's sell the stuff that we gathered while we were reading that. Well, we can sell some fruits. How much you gonna give me for the fruits? 17,000 bells. Awesome. Am I the asshole? Okay, next one is, am I the asshole for yelling at my partner who keeps buying crappy branded food when I ask him not to? My partner, male 37 and I, female 38, have 2 young kids, and we are well and truly in the trenches with our newborn at the moment. Both of us are like ships in the night, barely have time to think or do anything, and our routine has been shot to bits managing our newborn. He has taken on the responsibility of going to the supermarket more these days, as he finds the walks enjoyable, and takes our toddler out whilst I'm home with the newborn. I sometimes buy myself coconut water as a treat, as I love this one brand. Recently, he has been buying some coconut water for me because he knows I love it. But when he's at the shops, he grabs the cheapest brand coconut water, but I cannot stand the taste of it. I've asked him calmly several times to not buy that brand. Please spend the extra dollar to buy the other brand, the one that I really enjoy. Whose money is it? Okay. First question is, whose money is it? Because, I mean, that dollar might not be a lot for you, but is it his? Is it his cash? Because at that point, I don't know, dude. I don't know. You know what? You're almost 40, actually. You guys are 40 and partners. Ah, that's different. You're not students or anything like that. Back note, my husband is the husband. Oh, okay. Never mind. You know what? You know what? That's your husband. He can get the dollar more. Stingiest cheapskate, no demand. He's actually admitted to me that his money saving isn't normal compared to others. We both have seriously well-paying jobs. Oh! No, 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 no. Oh. Well-paying jobs and are not financially stressed at all. He just loves to bargain and buys the no-name brand everything all the time. No-name brand is good. No-name brand is great. He just grabs the one mindlessly and doesn't mean to upset me, but he's done it 5 or 6 times now, and the last time I didn't get angry at him. I just got him to really focus and explain my frustrations, and for him to please stop buying that brand. It tastes gross. He's like, yep, of course, and he said he would, like he has every other time. But I thought sort of explaining it more, it would sink in. Nope. No, he's broke. Remember, this is the stingiest cheapskate, you said. Then today, he brought home the shit tasting stuff again, and I just lost it. We had a huge weekend. I'm sick, and a coconut water would have been the nicest treat. But bringing home the brand I cannot stand felt like it was the biggest punch in the gut to me. When I saw it, I was literally shook. I just lost it and yelled at him. I was like, WTF, did you buy this again? And threw the carton in the bin without even opening it. He was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't do it on purpose. I then yelled, what is wrong with you? Like, why do you keep doing this? And he just walked out of the room, so it ended there. It sounds like a little bit of an explosion here. Sounds like a little bit of an explosion here. He got really upset with me and said I'd made him cry by yelling at him and made our toddler upset because he got a bit scared when I was yelling. The whole thing felt like a complete setup to me. I don't know, but after asking 5 to 6 times previously patiently and Okay, now you're just justifying like screaming. I feel like you're the asshole here. You shouldn't scream at people. You just don't do that. You just don't do that. Don't treat people like that. It made your husband cry. Like, there's no way that you just kind of exploded and said, oh, this is terrible. Your husband cried. Come on, dude. Really? I don't know. I don't know. That feels like we're missing stuff. It feels like we're missing stuff. All right, what do we want to do next? Am I the asshole for being part of a group that says no to big events at our gardens? What did I get? A drone beetle. Shouldn't you have more propellers? Is this Blathers? Where'd I put Blathers? So I, 50 female, live in a big apartment complex, which is converted and a grade 2 listed building for non-UK. It means it has historical significance. We're lucky to have a big communal garden that create a nice space at the weekends to sit out with friends or solo. In recent years, neighbors have been taking to holding large 50-plus people parties that essentially mar days, evenings / nights at the weekends with loud music, external guest parking in residential bays, litter, using our grounds as a toilet. Ugh. And sometimes noise going on till early hours. Many times it's external people doing it, but nobody really wants to go and challenge them. Recently, a newish tenant declared her intention to hold a big party in the grounds, and her Facebook post got a few likes from her friends. When it came to the weekend in question, she had hired in a massive marquee that could easily hold 100 people. And decided to put it right in the middle of the gardens. Things kicked off in the Facebook group, and many of us posted things like, we get disturbed by big parties, or it's too much. The worst comment was, this is taking the piss, it's a spaceship. Another group of residents, interestingly, most of whom don't get impacted by garden parties, as they're on the side of the building, started name-calling and insulting those who say it's too much. We're apparently sad, mean, despicable douchebags. Just some of the choice phrases. We, the too far group, then all started getting trolled and messaged privately by this woman's friends. And after us being accused of piling on the woman, we then received a massive pile-on of messages ranging from the mean, miserable, despicable, sad old farts to the petulant, I hope you're happy, grumpiness backlash piled on the weekend. Because they decided to move the party after our reaction. It got pretty toxic very quickly, to the point of bullying. We said no, and apparently that became hurty words. There have been more to it from some individuals. That comment from our side were really tame, though. They made it personal at us. So, am I the asshole for being part of the no group? Should we have just sucked it up, closed our windows, and stayed inside? I don't know. I don't know. I think 50 plus people making noise at all hours of the day. I don't know. If it's during the day, not an issue. But if this is guaranteed to be at night, or are they like advertising that it's gonna go on at night and stuff? I don't know. I feel like I would be both of these people. I feel like I would definitely be both of these people on different days of the week. Unless it's the middle of the night. If it's the middle of the night, then I'm just completely on the no. But otherwise, I think that you have the right to be a little upset about that. Okay. What did we get for fossils? They're rare fossils. Okay. Donate these and expand our little museum. Yeah, let's donate them. One second. Did I? Yeah, I did. Alright. Okay, next one is, am I the asshole? I didn't want to apologize over my mother feeling unwanted at my college graduation. Told her she wasn't welcome to visit me anymore. Oof. My mother and I have strained relationships since we got in a fight about me working at a summer camp instead of an internship last summer. I'm a night. She's always been controlling, influencing where I go to school, my major, etc. We didn't talk for a few months and she wouldn't talk unless I apologized for going against her. Last month was my college grad. She wasn't coming until she got her dad to come with us, as she didn't want to be all alone. She also didn't want to book tickets until I verbally invited her. She never calls me but says I'm the one who doesn't want a relationship. I call her once per week, but never talk about anything deep because I don't want her judgment or smothering. But I never uninvited her. At grad, she makes me cry. She made me cry 3 times from stress. Tried to make an effort to include her, but she says it wasn't enough. My parents divorced 2 years ago, and my mom hates that side of the family who was there, has always hated them. And thinks I favor them. I tried to be fair at grad. I spent half a day with my mom and half a day with dad. And I tried to a combined campus tour. During the tour, my dad's mom, who has a walker, had to use the bathroom. I was the only one who knew where it was, so I took her. Didn't think it would be long, so I didn't stay or anything. So I didn't say it. So I didn't say anything. Didn't think I needed to. My boyfriend was also there, so he took over. Bathroom was 20 minutes. When I got back, my mom / her dad looked pissed. I was getting stressed. When they asked a question, they seemed angry. I felt stressed by this, so I stepped away because I was crying and didn't want them to see. When I returned, my mom / her dad had left. Okay. Night after grad, I wanted to drink with my friends. My mom looked mad when I told her this. I thought it was okay. I'd spent lots of time both alone and in groups with her that week. Went out to eat with her, spent time with her in the hotel. She was there for group meals, played a board game with her. Fast forward, I'm moving halfway across the country in a week. My mom keeps saying she's unwelcome, even though I've told her she is welcome to visit me whenever. When I probed, she says it's because how I acted at grad. Huh? Explain the misunderstanding. She wants to apologize for not saying where I was going and also wants me to acknowledge how she felt. I said no, I tried my best. Nothing to apologize over. I told her if anything, she made the weekend about herself and it was supposed to be about me. Especially since I didn't get a grad in 2020. She said it was about her. Since she was the mom of the grad. What? Huh? About you because you're the mom of the grad? When has that been a thing? Is that something that I didn't know about? No, you're not the asshole. Your mom is being a brat. Your mom sounds like a frickin' child. What is going on with her? That's ridiculous. Wait, she said I'm dead to her? Okay, then yeah, no. Fuck. You don't need to worry about that at all. You're dead to her, right? You don't have to care. You're dead to her. Just say that. Anytime she complains about it, just remind her that you're dead to her. Because yeah, don't waste your time with somebody who wants to say stuff like that. She sounds like a manipulative sucker. I don't like that. Oh, hello, Buggy. Am I the asshole for refusing to punish my daughter after she blew up on the class clown that she didn't want at her birthday party? My daughter is 13, goes to a small school. Her grade only has 18 students, 10 boys. I caught an earth-boring dung beetle. Aww. Okay. My daughter is 13. She goes to a small school. Her grade only has 18 students, 10 boys and 8 girls. My daughter also has other friends from the sports she does. Plan to have her go to a oh. Wait, what? Plan to have her go to a much larger high school in the future. Her 13th birthday party was last weekend, and I asked who she wanted to invite. She wanted to invite 7 of the other girls from her class and 5 from her soccer team. The one girl she doesn't want to invite is named Kelly. My daughter doesn't like Kelly. She's the class clown in her grade, and my daughter hides her annoying and attention seeking. I asked her why she didn't want her there, and her response was, she ruins school for me all the time. I don't want her to ruin my birthday. I agreed with her list, and she sent the invites out. My ex-wife is invited to all her major milestones, instead of us doing separate events. I learned an hour before the party my ex-wife sent an invite to Kelly since her mom found out about the party. My daughter was not happy to see it. It was a bit of a surprise to her. I told her to enjoy the party. It was going well until the cake came out. My daughter wanted a glitter cake. When you blow out the candles, glitter goes everywhere. While everyone was around the cake, Kelly took her fingers and swiped icing off the top layer of the cake. It ruined the cake, and my daughter lost it. She yelled at Kelly, basically saying, "What's wrong with you? This is why I didn't want you to be here. You had to ruin everything." Ran to her room after Kelly was crying. Kelly's parents want an apology. My ex-wife wants her to apologize as well. I am refusing to make her do that or punish her at all. I point out, no. Oh, come on. This is one where it should actually be like, this is her day. Dude. This little demon child came in and decided, you know what, I'm gonna make this about me. I want that icing right now. I can't wait. Nah. This child's being enabled way too much. Maybe that's why she's a dick at school. I don't know, dude. I feel like Kelly got it really easy. I feel like I would have chewed her out. After my daughter frickin' blows up at her, I would have chewed her out too. I would have told the parents, "Nah, you gotta watch your little kid over here. She's a freaking demon. I hate her." Okay. Am I the asshole for forcing my diet on my boyfriend? Oop. My pockets are full. I could go sell the fruit, I guess. drop my orange pumpkins because I don't want to plant them yet. And I could sell the dung beetle. So, am I the asshole for forcing my diet on my boyfriend? I'm from France originally, and I moved to the States almost 2 years ago. Now, for some reason, the food here makes me sick. Not in an ooh, that's gross kind of way, but actually physically sick. My body seems to struggle to digest it. Whether it's takeout or fancy restaurant food. Either I can't go to the bathroom for days or I'm violently vomiting. I tried dealing with it for months and months. I started losing weight very quickly because I couldn't eat. I ended up developing a serious aversion to food, and my family recommended I go speak to a specialist. I have never had a problem back at home, and I was terrified I was seriously ill. So when I went to multiple doctors where I was poked and prodded, I had multiple tests done. They all said nothing was wrong with me physically. I spoke to a dietitian, and he explained that my body is probably not used to the amount of salt and preservatives that's found in the food in the States. Please don't think I'm bashing the US. I love it here. And it's a great country. My dietitian recommended fresh and organic produce to see how my body coped, and to my delight, I improved. I stopped vomiting, and I was able to start slowly putting weight back on. I started making meals from scratch and meal prepping to save time throughout the week. My dad is actually a chef back home, so he was more than happy to send some recipes to keep my diet interesting. I made a delicious vegetarian lasagna from scratch, and I put it in the oven to cook. My boyfriend, American, came home after work and asked what was for dinner. I said I was making a veggie lasagna. He rolled his eyes and said he was sick of that organic crap and wanted a cheeseburger. That comment hurt. I made a real effort at mealtimes to keep it varied so we're not always eating the same thing. I said I couldn't make one because I didn't even have any burger buns. He said it was unfair to make him eat my diet. I had never realized he was opposed to it. Look, dude, if you don't have to like complain and stuff like that. You want a cheeseburger so badly, go to a freaking bar, buy a cheeseburger. She doesn't have to cater for your every whim, dude. That sounds really selfish of you. I don't know. If you're not gonna eat what she's making, just go buy something. I don't know. You don't have to make it a big deal, dude. I got a lot of money now. Am I the asshole for forcing my diet on him? Nah. You're getting actually sick and stuff. And I'm sure you're a good cook. It probably tastes good. Am I the asshole for not coming to the summer family reunion because I have to work to make ends meet? A while back, I had moved out of the area that I was raised in because I had got priced out, even after working 3 jobs and living with roommates. So I just took the loss and moved to the next state over, away from the metro area, and in a place that I could afford with 2 other roommates. I'm 24 female, by the way. My family was supportive and helped me move. I don't think that they got that they'd see me less, because they'd ask me to come over for the weekend. It's an 8-hour bus ride, which is no big deal, but it does take up time where I can work. Plus, I have to pay for a motel whenever I visit because my parents redid their guest room to be an office, and they don't let people sleep on the couch. Their rentals are full up. So, I have visited twice. In a month is my family's summer celebration. Most of my family hates traveling in the winter, so we basically just have Christmas, Thanksgiving, in the summer for everyone. Well, of course, great timing. I'm laid off from one of my jobs. Oh. And just have the other one. But I got a job helping with the wedding that weekend, which will put me in the green a bit. I told my parents I couldn't make it, and they were so mad. I tried to tell them that that I need the money to make ends meet. I said that if they wanted me to come, they'd need to pay. Mom was pissed and said that that was manipulative. I told her that I'd need to think of the consequences of my actions. Okay. She said she's sick of me choosing everything but family. When I'm not working, I'm trying to learn coding. But it's really hard and I'm struggling to understand it. Yes, before anyone asks, I have a learning disability. I know that's not an excuse, it just means I have to work harder. My older sister called me to catch up. I told her what happened to with my mom. She was very understanding, but also says she thinks my mom is right. She knows it's hard for me to make any ends meet. But I have a lot of other options like Uber Eats, and it kind of makes it seem like I'm using the wedding gig as an excuse to be lazy. As in, I get paid a lot more for less time than if I worked Uber Eats. She says that I should be willing to put in the extra work if I really care. Dude. This made me feel really bad and like I need a reality check. Am I the asshole for not going? Should I just cancel the wedding gig and make it up with Uber Eats? No. No. You just got laid off. If your family doesn't understand that you just got laid off and you really need this other job, then... and they are saying that it's manipulative because you saying, okay, look, I can't afford it. If you want me there, you gotta pay for it because I can't afford this. That's not manipulative, and they just want you to work your ass off doing Uber Eats. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I feel like that wedding gig is probably a really good thing. And you should do it and not worry about what they have to say. A manila clam. I got a DIY recipe. Am I the asshole for not coming into work when I knew I had to? Locked. Oh, it's deleted. Am I the asshole for pointing out my wife acted similar after my SIL's what? What's SIL? So, sister-in-law. So my wife's sister is pregnant. She had a gender reveal last Saturday. This is her second baby. Second baby is a boy, first is a girl. Sister-in-law was kind of disappointed, or surprised, I guess, about having a boy. But I wouldn't say mad. My wife is sisters, so SIL probably didn't imagine herself raising a boy. So anyways, right on the ride back home, my wife was talking about how it was weird her sister was so visibly disappointed when the blue came out. But like, she acted the same. She got over it after like a day or week, but she still was. We have 2 daughters. She was hoping for a boy and a girl. She was like, oh, they're not talking about me though. I just pointed it out. What? You always do that though. Just kind of mired the air for the rest of the car ride. Huh? Sister-in-law was disappointed about having a boy. My wife only has sisters. Her sister was so visibly disappointed when the blue came out. Got over it. She still was like, we have $2. She was hoping for a boy and a girl. We're not talking about me though. Just pointed at. This sounds really rude and just stupid. This sounds really stupid. This sounds really like vindictive and mean and awful. And you sound like a horrible person. Why did you post that on the internet? Why would you do that? I want to grab you, shake you by the ears, and scream in your face. I'm not happy with you. Why did you make me read that? Ugh. Am I the asshole for telling a 14-year-old boy what a period is? I'm 16 female on a vacation with my cousins. 15 female and 17 female. My cousin's cousin from the side of the family I'm not related to. They're a big family. But only the ones relevant to the story are 14 male and maybe twin girls, 11. I have on and off lived with my aunt and uncle my whole life. So I'm close to my cousins and semi-familiar with their cousins. We sometimes celebrate holidays together, and but I don't really consider them my family. All that to say, today, me and all the cousins were getting ready to go to the beach, and my younger cousin, I'll call her C, was taking a long time in the bathroom because she was trying to put a tampon in for the first time. I was outside the door because the lock on the bathroom is kind of broken and doesn't always work with me. And the 14-year-old boy was there, basically just being annoying, trying to make C get ready faster. Let me sell all my stuff. I don't think I need a manila clam. I don't know. Eventually, C says something about how he doesn't get to rush her because he doesn't have to deal with a period. And A has no idea what she's talking about. Tell him to go ask his mom, and he runs off, and I assume that's the end of it. Later, when we're at the beach, A comes back to me and says his mom won't tell him, and I'm like, did she say why? He said it's only for girls to know, and I kind of laugh. My cousins are like, that's ridiculous. So A asks again, yeah, what's the problem? You learned this in health class, dude. Really? Like, okay, anyway. Eventually read off like a Planned Parenthood definition on my phone. A is like, does that happen to my mom and sisters? And I'm like, maybe, but don't ask them about it. It's rude. He asks if there's anything he can do to help C, and we're like, not really. Then he runs off to go play in the water or something. Then A's mom blows up at me at dinner saying I was telling him things he couldn't understand, and that me and my cousins were always trying to corrupt. Oh, come on. Come on, man. You learn this stuff in school. Like, this is a good time to learn it, no? Is that his sister? I think that's his sister. Yeah. Is having her period. What's... He's 14. Wait, he's 14! He's 14. Are you kidding me? Okay, that's not an issue, dude. That's not an issue. No, you're not the asshole. Not the asshole. Oops. Oops. Wait. Mind his own business in front of everyone. Am I the asshole for telling my uncle to mind his own business in front of everyone? All names have been changed. This happened on the 4th of July. Dude, this one is... The formatting in this one is great. I like how they wrote this one. Okay, some background. I, 17 female, and my family gather at my aunt's dad's sister's house on the 4th for a barbecue and hang out as a family. My dad and his family were mostly Irish, as their mom, my grandma, came to the US from Ireland when she was 20. Pregnant with her oldest. However, the only culture they kept was the drinking stereotype. This year, my sister, 24 female, we'll call her Jenny, brought her boyfriend, 25 male, who we'll call Eddie, to meet our dad's side of the family. Eddie doesn't drink, and my uncle, Dave, likes to make stuff like that his business. Throughout the evening, Dave sees that Eddie isn't drinking and is refusing alcoholic drinks. He walks over and offers a beer. Almost everyone was outside. I was inside getting pops/soda, and Eddie was about to go back outside. This conversation ensues. Alright. Dave, do you want a beer? No thanks. We have other kinds if you want to try those. This is an Irish household. We have plenty of beer. No thanks, I don't drink. Why? You're too young to be an alcoholic. Or do you just like pretending you're better than people by not drinking? Dave, you... Yo, fuck you. Now I'm listening. Uncle Dave has a habit of acting like this when he tries to egg people on. He even got in a fist fight with his niece at her own wedding. Eddie's father is an alcoholic, and Eddie just doesn't like the taste. Dave bugged Eddie for another 5 minutes before I said me. Uncle Dave, can you just mind your own damn business? He doesn't have to do anything. Dave didn't like that, and after telling me I was a disrespectful punk with no care for authority, he went outside to the patio. I found out later he was complaining to my dad about me cursing at him. Once home later at night, do I have a, No, I don't have anything to shoot that down with. Damn. Once home later that night, after getting an earful from my dad on the car ride home, Eddie thanked me for standing up for him. My dad says I had no right to say that to my uncle and need to apologize for being rude. DIY recipe for a leaf. Glad to see Canadians getting some representation. Am I the asshole? No, Dave needs to get smacked upside the face. Do you just think you're better than people for not drinking? Yo, fuck you. What a horrible dude. That doesn't sound like a person I want to be around at all. Maybe Dave should get slapped by Eddie. I feel like Eddie should have gave him a quick. You know what? He tried to fight his niece. I have a feeling like Dave has a bigger problem than some people want to admit. I don't know. I think he might have a little bit of a drinking problem if he's fist fighting his niece. That sounds really rough and not okay. Alright, am I the asshole for telling my husband's childhood best friend she's too involved with my kid? Bit over a year and a half ago, me and my husband gave birth to our son. It was our first kid and we were incredibly nervous, scared we were gonna screw things up. First week with him back where okay, the spelling in this one is a little... With him back was... The first week with him back where That's not... The first week with him back was horrid. He cried all the time and it was ridiculously exhausting, but I'd be lying if I said we didn't know what we were getting into. At the start, my husband's BSF was amazing. What's a BSF? Childhood best friend, maybe? But not BSF? I don't know. Best friend? Was amazing. She would have come around all the time to bring us food, spending time with our son, babysitting so we could get some time away. Really appreciated the help. She seemed to genuinely love my son. When my maternity leave was finished, and I went back to work, she offered me even more of her time to help with babysitting instead of me hiring someone. When my maternity leave finished and I went back to work, she offered me... Yeah, I just read that. Let me sell this. Yeah? Yeah, sell that. I said that I couldn't make her do that. She surely had other things to do. Said it was fine. She works from home on her online business anyway, and she even refused pay. Honestly, I didn't mind any of that help until now. Recently noticed on our door... Wait. Huh? She's too involved? But you let her help out. Something's gotta change. I recently noticed on our doorbell she had been coming in at night while I was doing occasional night shifts. I thought it was strange, but you know, free help, so I can never confront her because it was weird as it felt. Yesterday, when I came home from the shift, I found my son playing with her and found that he kept referring to her as Mama. Oh, okay. I think something kind of broke inside it. That is a very strange way of spelling something. S-O-E-M-T-H-I-E-N. S-O-E-M-T-H-I-E-N is how they're spelling something on this one. Alright? Told her to get out. She protested and asked what's wrong, and I just kind of asked her to leave and not to come here again. And she accused me of being jealous and that I was scared I was being replaced. She pointed out that if I were more involved parent... Oh. Whoa. She pointed out that if I was a more involved parent, my husband and son wouldn't need a second wife? And I screamed at her and told her if she knows what's good for her. Get out. She finally... Dude. That's messed up. Okay. Okay. My husband and son wouldn't need a second wife. That... Oh. I don't know about that one. Honestly, I'm at a loss because I feel bad. Am I the... No, you're not. Just called my husband to set me straight and to allow my husband's best friend to be allowed in the house to see her grandson. That I need to get used to the fact that my son's seeing someone else as a mom at this point. She practically is a second wife, especially considering I'm working? What? No. How is that tent treating you? I mean, it could be better. Island paradise? Come on, give me a nicer house. Grow weary in a life of a tent? I suppose it's time to do the right... Oh, time is right to discuss the possibility of building custom homes. Hey, Grace Henry, how's it going? What's good, man? Just playing some Animal Crossing. Reading Reddit. We're reading Am I the Asshole? Yeah, you're not the asshole. She said... if you weren't working, my husband and son wouldn't need a second wife. That's horrible. That's horrible. No, that was good on you for telling her to get the hell out of your house. I'm doing all right. I don't know. I've been not the best lately. I don't know. I think that I need to get back on antidepressants or something like that. I don't know. Am I the asshole for not selling my cousin a car? I'm 35 female, lost my dad out of the blue, was in complete shock. You know what, we'll read this in a second. Let me look at this house. Yeah, I would like a house. One more thing to share. We have miles redemption service. Okay. You'll be able to check it out sometime soon. Alright. So am I getting a new house? Oh. When do I get the new house? Is this your main game or you play other games? I play a little bit of everything. I don't know. If you know anything about Animal Crossing, then you would definitely know this is not my main game. I haven't checked in on it in a long time. Okay. He had a vehicle. So I-35 female lost my dad out of the blue. It was a complete shock. He had a vehicle he loved and a mom. Oh. And my mom decided it was to go to me. However, I had an old vehicle with like 300k miles. Otherwise good condition that I need to sell before I could take his. My mom agreed to hang on to it for like 2 months so I could try to sell my car. Listed it for sale and was contacted by my cousin's adult kid who needed a car. I offered them a discount since they were a family. But they said they didn't have the money right then, and I asked if I could give it at least a week for them to get the money together. I said, okay, no problem. Over a week comes and goes, and they had contacted me to say that they had no way of getting the money by the time. I needed to sell it and to go ahead and relist it. And if I sold it, great. But in the meantime, they would try to come up with the money and let me know. BTW, your stream quality looking pretty good. You deserve a follow. Thank you. I've been trying to make the stream look good and get the audio to be alright. I've been working on it pretty hard and hopefully it's paying off. I don't know. I've been like reading everything I can and just looking at every frickin' tutorial that I can. Okay. But in the meantime, they would come up with the money and try to come up with the money and let me know. I ended up selling the car. So my cousin messaged me after and asked why I sold it when I promised it to their kid. I responded that I never promised anything, only that I would sell it to them, but that I couldn't wait indefinitely because I needed it gone. I told them about the message saying to go ahead and sell it if I needed to, but again, they responded, it was really crappy of me to do that. I mean, how long? Okay, 2 months. Over a week comes and goes. I mean, a week. A week. I don't know. I don't know. I think you jumped the gun a little quickly on that one. You might be the asshole. Right now, full time. Am I the asshole for excluding my brother from the group trip planning? Refusing to go to my sister's wedding? Sure, let's just see the brother from their family group. Am I the asshole for excluding my brother from the family group trip planning? I'm from California, and you? I'm from Canada. Oh, buddy! He's still here? Sorry, fellas. Already licked all the cookies. I had to test for raisins. Come on, wake up, dude. Good morning, or evening. Vision's fuzzy. How are you this fine, whatever time of the day it is? It is me! Good thing your head is so huge. Makes it pretty easy to identify your blurry silhouette. Would you like to hear how I ended up on your beach this time? Yeah, I thought you might. There I was, battling a dozen, no 2 dozen sea monsters. I was holding my own until one of them landed a devastating tickle attack. Sent me tumbling overboard. The sploosh. Paddle, flail, blurb, blurble. Next thing I know, I'm being poked back to life on this very beach. Boy, talk about a close call. Can you believe it? Oh, gross. Oh, that's your cue to laugh. Have you heard these before? Well, I'd love to stay and chat for several more hours, but the ocean is calling my name. Time to summon a rescue. Oh, yeah. I was looking for the pieces for this, right? I love my brother, but he's always needlessly complicates things for my family whenever we plan things. So I'm trying to plan an all-inclusive trip for 2027. I spoke with my cousins and their partners separately and asked them if they would be down to do it, and all of them said they would. The only person who disagreed was my brother and his partner. While everyone wants to do a resort, he wants to do a cruise. A few of my other cousins were okay with doing a cruise, but half of us didn't want to do it, and one of our cousins said she wouldn't come if we would do it. I was driving with my, yeah, I'll look for your communicator parts. Do you know about Twitch affiliation? Yeah, I know a little bit about it. I need more average, though. Why? What do you have to ask about it? I was driving with my brother and his GF, and he said we needed to have more discussions about what we want to do and for when. I told him I agree, but the only thing I wanted to discuss was the planning and logistics. My brother wanted to discuss if everyone is certain they want to do a resort, and or if they have other ideas. He said we didn't need to go to a resort, and we could find other things like travel to another country and book hotels for the week. Or just get an Airbnb in our province, or do another cottage. He also wanted to set up a joint bank account so it would make everyone obligated to put money into the fund to prove they were really going on the trip. I told him that everything he said was unnecessary, and that what he was suggesting is how our trips die. Yeah, this sounds like way too much. I ask you this because I'll help you in that. How? How would you help me? I just need a couple more average, to be honest. I told him that we know what we want to do. He said that a resort might be a bad idea because of how expensive it is and that some people might not be able to go. I knew when he said that he was referring to himself, as my brother is out of work right now. He said we should try to put a vote in on everything we want to do. I told my brother that this planning of the trip is not going to be a democracy. It's going to be a dictatorship, and if he doesn't like that, then it's too bad. Last night, I was looking over some packages. I spoke to one of my cousins about it, and he told me that my brother was trying to sell him on a cruise. I told this cousin that no way we were going on another cruise, and my cousin agreed with him. This ticked me off, so I decided to make a separate family group chat, excluding my brother, to go over the planning. Another cousin messaged me to say, and said he could see why I did. But we should feel bad for excluding my brother. DDW, I have a community on Discord. There are 800 plus streamers or YouTubers. They help each other. Like, they gave a follow. Would you, like, join? Sure, why not? Yeah, I'll join it. Why not? We gotta communicate apart. Yeah, you're not the asshole. Your brother sounds like a prima donna. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna drop that for now. Alright, I'll check out the Discord later. Just a warning now, I'm not going to buy any custom artwork or anything like that, if that's what you're trying to sell. Okay, yeah, you're not the asshole for this one. Let's see the next. The brother was, I mean, like, If he can't afford it, he can't afford it. He's not invited. That's it. Leave it. It's fine. Alright. Am I the asshole for refusing to go to my sister's wedding because I never got my dream wedding? All while growing, my parents would talk up me and my sister's wedding. They said that their wedding was by far one of the best days of their life. They wanted to be able to give that to their kids. So all this time while growing up, they had binders, savings accounts purely to plan for our dream, no matter the cost, so we could enact our visions. That's really sweet. Fast forward to last year when me and my now wife are engaged, and I can... Wait, what? Fast forward to last year when me and my now wife were engaged, and I can to my parents to... Okay. Fast forward to last year when me and my wife are engaged, so I came to my parents to begin planning the wedding. They... Oh, this hurts. This hurts to read. Okay, let me try and figure out what he's trying to say. Okay, so there was COVID. He went to his parents to explain that COVID was really bad for his business. So he wasn't able to afford his wedding. And they instead had a low-key thing. So, fast forward every sentence, dude. It's saying fast forward every sentence. This is really poorly written. Let me just read it and let you know what the hell he's saying. Oh, my little sister got engaged. Mom pulled out the binder because of the little sister, talked about all the extravagant things they do. I didn't say anything, but I slowly realized that it didn't make any sense. That they could afford her wedding and not mine. Oh, so he's jealous. When we got home, I confronted my mom and she kind of dodged it and said, maybe it's best for you, had a more intimate wedding considering the circumstances. I asked what that meant. She shrugged me off. My sister approached me to ask if I'd like to be her maid of honor. I flat out told her that I wasn't going to her wedding and explained why. She got upset and told me that I wasn't making her day about me and to grow up. Honestly, at this point, I do feel like a dick. Yeah. I mean, you're kind of being a child about it. You already had your wedding. You said that you didn't mind. You said that it was a smaller thing, that it was okay with you. And now it's a big deal because your sister has a big one? Like, come on, dude. You can't just switch around when it's convenient for you. That's really rude. I don't know. I think that you're kind of being the asshole here. Like, yeah, your parents, if they could have afforded it, it would have been very nice for them to give you your wedding as well, but it sounds like you're just being jealous. And now you're taking it out on your sister, which is not the move. Any day of the week. Like, that just... I don't know. Also, when you wrote this, you were definitely wasted. I'm gonna catch that fishy. Alright, the next one. Am I the asshole for letting my girlfriend stop coming over in the mornings after my mom's friend complained about her showering? Huh? My girlfriend works 12 hours... Hey, it's just Lil. My girlfriend works 12 hours overnight shifts, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. After work, she sometimes comes to my place to shower and sleep. She usually arrives around 8:15 a.m., has a quick shower, by 8:30 crashes for the day. Here's what the issue comes in. My mom's long-term friend who rents the basement complained about the sound of the shower at 8:30 a.m.? My mom passed that complaint along to me and asked if my girlfriend could avoid showering until everyone is awake. I told my girlfriend and she felt uncomfortable continuing to come over, understandably, in my opinion. After working all night, the last thing she wants is to feel like she's disturbing people by taking a basic shower before bed. So she decided not to come over in the mornings anymore? She didn't cause drama or make a scene, just quietly adjusted. 8:30 is too early to be having a what? How is 8:30 too early to be having a shower? Why is nobody awake at 8:30? That's kind of ridiculous. Wait, I pay rent in this house? No, she can have a shower at 8:30. What are you talking about? You pay rent. You have a... Those are your amenities too. 8:30 is not a ridiculous time. That's really sad. Later told my mom what my girlfriend decided, and she got upset because of the not because of the shower, but because my girlfriend chose to stop coming over in the mornings. My mom insists that wasn't her intention, but from our perspective, asking someone not to shower after a night shift pretty clearly sends the message that their presence is disruptive. For context, I also pay rent in this house. My mom's friend has lived here for years and pays rent too. We all share this space. It's not like my girlfriend was being loud or unreasonable, just taking a 5 to 10 minute shower in the morning, which seems pretty standard. Now my mom's upset with me, but I feel like I handled it fairly. I passed the message along. My girlfriend made a claim, or a calm and mature decision, and now somehow I'm caught in the middle. Am I the asshole for not pushing back harder on the complaint, or for letting my girlfriend decide? I don't think you're the asshole here. I think that 8 in the morning is not a big disturbance to be having a shower. What do you guys think? I don't know. 8 in the morning to me doesn't sound ridiculous. 8 in the morning is perfectly fine. Ah, I missed the fishy. That's, I don't know. You're paying rent and you can't have a shower at 8? I don't know about that. I gotta find these communicator parts. There we go. Okay. I just moved into a new apartment in Boston. Am I the asshole for buying a vacuum cleaner for our apartment after my roommate said she was bringing one? I just moved into a new apartment in Boston with 2 other roommates. We're all PhD students in our mid to late 20s. 25 female, 24 female, and 27 female. We didn't know each other before moving in. Before signing the lease, we talked about living habits and expectations. Everyone said they were clean. Not just average clean, but upper quartile clean. Oh, those are some big words. Quartile. I clarified that to me. Clean means wiping down the surfaces after use, vacuuming and dusting regularly, and keeping things in their designated places. We also discussed splitting up the responsibility for smaller shared appliances. One roommate said she had a vacuum. We agreed that it would be her contribution, so I didn't bring one. When we moved in, it turned out the vacuum was actually a Roomba. That's not a vacuum. I know a lot of people will say that's like a robot vacuum or whatever. If you have ever had a Roomba, it is not a vacuum. It's not close to being good enough for a vacuum. I don't have a problem with Roombas. They're fine with light maintenance if run frequently, but I don't think it's fair to treat it as the only vacuum in the entire apartment. It doesn't have a hose, it can't clean corners or high surfaces, and it doesn't work for any kind of mess. She also wants to run it every other week, which doesn't keep up with the dust and dirt of 3 people. The Roomba also hasn't mapped the apartment well due to its infrequent use. Most of the time, it just bonks around like a lost toddler at IKEA until someone takes pity on it and turns it around. I know that. I know what that's like. Wait! I just lost it?! Oh, that sucks! Roombas are okay, but they're definitely not even close to good enough. I brought this up. I said I didn't think the Roomba was sufficient on its own. She disagreed and said plenty of people only use a Roomba, and I didn't want to argue further. Okay, but what are those... How do those people live? That sounds really... Oh. Okay. If you only use a Roomba, your place... Don't invite me over. Don't invite me over if you don't sweep at least, or I don't know. That's rough. So I bought my own vacuum cleaner. A nice bagged one with an allergy filter to use in my room and in the common space when I'm the one doing the cleaning. Okay, so it's for you. So then what's the problem? When I brought it home, she was annoyed and said I had gone behind her back and broken our agreement. I didn't see it that way, and I shared that I'm not asking anyone else to use it or share costs. I just want to be able to clean the apartment to a level that works for me. Yeah, this is for you. What's the issue? The other roommate said that she doesn't really have a preference and doesn't really care, so it seems like it's just her. Yeah. There's no blame or fault to be found in her at all. I totally understand why she might, or why she wanted to stay neutral. I don't want it to be a problem roommate. I don't want to be a problem roommate, but now I'm wondering if I overstepped. No. You just want to clean, and that's for you. It's not like you can't have the Roomba now. You're not saying get rid of the Roomba. You're saying, hey, I need to clean. Hey, wait. Is something going on differently? Like, why do I, my communicator parts, they're different colors. I have 2 of these and 2 of these rusted parts. Maybe I should just sell them? I'll sell the rusted parts. I think those are garbage now. 20 bells sold. How many communicator parts are there? Oh, this one sounds... I don't know. Oh, okay. At the very end, they say... Before I read this, at the very end, they say, also, I am black and my daughter is mixed. Still think it's super ghetto. Okay, am I the antagonist for pulling my daughter from the soccer camp and telling her that she can't see her ghetto friends anymore? Woo! Alright. Throwaway account. My daughter is in soccer camp twice a week since the beginning of summer. She's 15. She's made 2 new friends and I do not like them. They have been over to my home once and they are also rude, loud, and obnoxious. They made a mess of the house, gave me attitude when I asked them to quiet down. One rolled her eyes and started arguing with me. They were blasting music and money went missing. I had $40 on the counter and it disappeared. So I'm not the biggest fan. Yeah. Oh, when money starts going missing, that's when it's an issue. I mean, like loud music, all that, that's annoying. Money going missing. Ooh. Now it's time to answer. The soccer camp is next to a plaza, and they allow the kids to get food from the fast food places. I got a call from the coach that my daughter and her 2 friends caused issues at Arby's. It's Arby's, though. Come on, it's Arby's. Do you really think... It's not the highest of fast... It's not even a high up of the fast food chains. Anyway. She recorded it on her phone. Her 2 friends were heckling the fast food worker and left after causing a mess. Dumped their drink all over the ground and flipped off the worker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're not... You shouldn't be hanging out with... Oh, that's... Those are... Some... I don't... these are kids. I can't say too much, but those are... You're spilling a drink on the ground and flipping off the worker? Yeah, you're an awful little son of a bitch. A little awful little demon spawn. I informed her that she's being pulled out of the soccer camp because she can't behave herself, and that she won't be seeing those friends anymore. Good. She was very unhappy and started an argument. She told me that I don't like them because they are too ghetto, and I told her that she is correct. They are too ghetto, too loud, too rude, too disrespectful, and I'm not allowing her near them. She hasn't talked to me since. I shared this with my sister, and she basically told me I forgot my roots and to let her see the friends. I'm sorry. No. And what? That's your roots? Flipping off a... Huh? How is it your roots to flip off an Arby's worker and spill your drink all over the ground? I don't know what kind of roots that is, but it definitely isn't the one that the band is referring. I know that it is maybe not my place to say, but that doesn't feel like ghetto. That feels like disrespect. Like, that's not just being ghetto. That's being horrible. That's being an awful person. If that's what's considered ghetto, I don't know what to say. Do you think that money buys class? Is that what they're saying? I don't know here. But I don't know. You're not the asshole. I wouldn't want my kids with those kind of kids. That sounds awful. Let's go, give our hermit crab to Mr. Buddy. Next one. Am I the asshole for feeding a neglected stray dog that turned out to be my neighbor's pet? Every day before I took the train near my house for work, I would always spot a Labrador that looked like a stray. Small patches of fur were missing and its ribs were practically sticking out of its body. Oh, poor girl, poor doggy. Ever since I first saw it, I would bring some food home and some water. 2 days ago, I was giving it water until I heard a voice yelling at me. It was a neighbor who said to let go of her dog. She said the dog was on a special diet because it was once overweight. I asked what it was doing. Okay, somebody who had an overweight animal, I gotta say, some of the worst owners are people who had overweight animals because they overcorrect and then their animals look freaking anorexic and they have a special diet that they're keeping track of and stuff, but maybe it's time to change it up. Your animal looks like it's dying. Like, that's, Just because your animal was once fat and you're worried about it getting fat again doesn't mean you need to starve it until it's looks like it's skinny as hell. And, I've seen that a couple of times now and I hate it. Every single time I see it, I hate it. And they're like, oh, well, they used to eat way too much. And it's like, okay, so let them eat more at least. Because if you're just bringing them to starving and then to overeating and then starving and then overeating, there's never gonna be a good middle ground. There's never gonna be. And your animals are going to be unhealthy and they're gonna die early. And the most unhealthy animals I've seen are ones that are on special diets to not be fat. The most unhealthy animals I've seen. She said he is a free-roam dog, and walking him on a leash would be impossible. I understand why she may not like someone else feeding her dog, but he always looks so hungry. If you can see the ribs, it's time to feed it. That's it. If you can see the ribs, if you can feel the ribs, like that, if you can feel them well, like easily, or you can see them, it's time to start feeding your animal more. And if you think that you're doing it well, you're not. You're not. Sorry, but you're stupid, and you need to have your animal taken from you, or you need to start feeding it more. Anyway, I get heated about animals. Sorry, I hate starved animals, man. I hate them so much. It sucks. Their suffering from obesity is not even close to the suffering caused by you causing them to have anorexia. We're just gonna say that, all right? They will not suffer more from being obese than they will suffer from being starved. Would you rather them suffer later in life or every day, all day, while you cause them to suffer? Anyway. That always upsets me. Am I the asshole for refusing to eat food after a cat licked it? Sorry for being grossed out by my... No! I don't even need to read this one, but no, you're not the asshole. A cat lick... You can get a lot of diseases from that. A lot of really bad diseases. My mother-in-law lives in a flat with 6 cats and a dog. We went over there recently for lunch, and as usual, the cats were everywhere, including on the dining table, where their plates, cutlery, and starters were already laid out. Okay, if there's food there, that's a different story. At one point, I saw one of the cats lick one of the starters. I immediately took the cat off the table, picked up the plate where the food had been licked, and brought it to the kitchen, assuming it would be binned. A few minutes later, my mother-in-law came out holding the same plate and said, I've already taken off the bit that was licked. It's fine to eat now. I said, sorry, but I'm not going to eat something an animal's licked. Okay, well, let the mother-in-law eat it. She seemed to be a bit put out, took the plate back to the kitchen and chucked it. This isn't the first time I felt uncomfortable there. The whole flat smells strongly of animals. You can even smell it out on the landing. There's a litter tray in the kitchen where the cats do their business, and they jump up onto the kitchen counters. On the dining table, I find it incredibly unhygienic. Yeah, that's really gross. I usually bite my tongue out of respect. Ugh. Right by where people eat, too? That's really gross, dude. Am I the asshole for refusing to eat it and being disgusted by what I think is a seriously lack of... Just trade plates. Trade plates with the mother-in-law. If the mother-in-law thinks that it's okay, then trade plates. It should be fine, right? That shouldn't be an issue. Blathers, I got some more to donate. Oh, wait, what? Do I have more fossils? No, I don't. Alright, I'm fine. I thought I could donate this hermit crab. I guess not? Well, I guess I'll go sell it then. Would I be the asshole if I stopped parenting before I leave for college? Huh. I know how the title sounds, but I'm not a teen mom. I'm 18 female and have been essentially acting as my younger sibling's father for the past 3 years. For context, I've got 2 younger siblings and 1 older. Me and the 2... Oof. Oh, gas. Me and the 2 younger siblings still live at home. My parents aren't together. My father is an emotionally unavailable narcissist, so we primarily live with our mom. I've noticed that especially since our parents separated 3 years ago, that I'm more like a father to my siblings than a sister. My parents separated 3 years ago, yeah. My mom works a lot, but I feel like even when she's around, I'm acting as a parent and almost as a partner. Like, what? As a parent and almost a partner, like straight up if I don't discipline my siblings, it doesn't happen. If I don't set rules about bedtime and other stuff like that, it doesn't happen. If I don't ask my siblings about homework or papers to be assigned, or papers to be signed, it doesn't happen. I've also started to notice that I'm having to be there to take in my mom's issues. Like, I'm always sitting and listening to her complain about whatever there is for her to complain about, but especially my dad. This weekend, I really think I've lost all strength to continue like this. This was the last weekend I'd be spending with my mom before college, and it consisted of me parenting once again. I had to remind my mom to register my siblings for school. I had to take my sister clothes shopping. I had to find out what supplies my siblings needed. I had to set a date to take both my siblings shopping for supplies, clothes, and shoes. But I also had to buy stuff for my own dorm room and coordinate other stuff with my... Yes, I want to build another home. Coordinate with other stuff with my roommate. My mom tried to help find stuff, but she feels like every time she's mentioned college, it's an ice pick went straight into my head. I get so annoyed and shut down. The real thing that set me off was my brother catching an attitude with me about what time he needed to go to bed about half an hour ago. He was screaming at me that he was allowed to stay up later than our mom told me he was, and insisted during the screaming match that I needed to text and ask her to prove if he was right. And I don't know what happened, but something inside of me snapped. I've never been more I want red. I want a red house. I don't know what happened, but I've never felt more enraged than I am now. I feel furious and upset and super overwhelmed, so I said, fuck it, and I left to my room. I'm so done with this whole situation. Here's the part where I'm debating if I'm the asshole. I wanted to just stop. I want to resume my life as of 3 years ago and go back to acting as though my mom will let parent her kids. That means no more shopping for them, or waking them up for school, or fixing their meals, or giving my mom free therapy, or disciplining children that are not mine, or taking them to school, or putting them to bed at an early night. So would I be the asshole if I gave my family a taste of what their life was going to be after I leave for college in less than 2 weeks? I mean, it would be... You're not an asshole, but... Wouldn't you rather, like, the sweet feeling of you leave and then your mom being like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize how much you're helping me, like, kind of thing, instead of like, I'm gonna get mad and I'm going to stop helping right now. And then you seem like the petulant child in this situation if you do that. you seem really, really childish. I get you're 18. I get you're just going to school. But dude, do you want to seem childish, or do you want to take it with grace for the last 2 weeks, leave, and then have your family realize how much it sucked not having your help? When if you tell them that, then they're going to do their best to make it not seem like it's hard at all. And it's just going to be an argument thing, and it's never going to help anybody. It's never going to feel good for anybody who's involved in this. I think if you can put up with it for less than 2 more weeks, as you said, you should do that. And then afterwards, they'll realize how much help you were. I don't know, like, what... Do you think that it's better to just throw your arms up, have a big huff, and be done with it? Or do you want to keep on going strong? Because it seems like you can do it. Seems like you've been doing it. And put up with it for 2 more weeks. Make everybody happy. Then when you're gone, you get that sweet phone call at like 11 at night when your brother won't go to sleep, of your mom like, how did you ever do this? You know? Like, doesn't that sound way better? I don't know. I don't think that just throwing your arms up in a big puff and being like, ah, is the right move here. But that's just me. I don't think you'd be the asshole, but you wouldn't be very mature, in my opinion. Am I the asshole for telling my friend she can yank her child when she has one? Title sounds weird, I know, but I'm 28 female and have a friend 26 female that I used to hang out with a lot. Recently we got into an accident where somebody rear-ended me. I had a baby in the car, 3 months. After the crash, baby was almost hysterical. Yeah, of course she would be. My friend then tried to scramble in the mix of it to take her out of the car seat. I do admit that I may have said it to her harshly not to remove the baby from her car seat until the first responders got to us. The car was not on fire, and we weren't in any mortal danger. On a normal ride, or a normal day, anytime my baby gets to the point of hysteria, I soothe them, hug them, and rock them, etc. That was a once-in-a-blue-moon occurrence. I didn't. I kept trying to shush and soothe the baby from the seat, but obviously she was scared and wanted her mama to hold her. At the hospital, both my friend and I got the all clear, and we were waiting on the baby to be cleared. My friend went off on telling me that I'm a bad mom for not removing the baby from the car seat. I simply explained to her it was better for the baby to stay in the seat in case there was spinal damage. The seat keeps the spine aligned, and removing the baby from the car seat would cause further injury if there already was one. She kept berating me. I was frustrated already, and I told her when she has her own, God forbid, they get in a car crash, that she can yank her kid out of the car seat and do so as she pleases. She got quiet and said, I'm an asshole for bringing it up because she has trouble conceiving. She has PCOS, and I may not be able to carry a pregnancy to term. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I don't think you were intentionally the asshole, but oh. That's rough. Like, you know that's something that, like, really bugs her. Because imagine, like, I don't know. If you really want a kid and you just can't have one, and then it gets brought up to you all the time, oh. You definitely weren't, you didn't mean to be the asshole, but... I don't think that feels very good for anybody involved. Ugh. I want to sell. Let's get rid of these clams, the sand dollars, the cowries, the hermit crab, and the conch, and the coral. $2,800 bells sold. Alright, let's see the next one. Am I the asshole for telling my mom that I won't pay rent? Huh. Okay, yes, I know it sounds messed up, but let me tell you what led to me saying no. Me, 18 male, just graduated high school. I told my mom I wasn't going to pay rent to stay in my current home. We've lived there since 2020. I've had 3 siblings to live with us. 17 male, 21 female, and 2 male? Is that a typo? Growing up, I was counted out a lot by practically everyone in my family, so growing up, I had to get everything my own. When I turned 16, I got my first job at Walmart, and my mom had made me a bank account to save money. I was only getting $150 out of the $900 checks. I thought while time went by, my mom would give me that money and I'd buy a car. But she actually was taking from me until I turned 18 and figured out what she was doing. Then I tried to get my own bank account and save for the car I wanted. My mom didn't like that, so she tried making me pay rent. I said no. She proceeded to lock me out of the house some nights, where I'd sleep in my car or my girlfriend's house. Eventually, my mom reasoned that I stopped doing that. But I still don't be home like that because I'm working most of the time because I now have 2 jobs, so I don't really get home till 11:20, 11:45. Most of the time because I now have 2 jobs. Ugh. And I wake up again at 5:30 every day to work for my warehouse job. I buy everything for myself, clothes, shoes, food, etc. While also paying for my girlfriend too, because I don't like her spending money. But besides that, her car is under my name and insurance. The car note isn't bad, but the insurance kills me. Oof. So wait, she was taking $750 from him every month when he was 16? And not telling him? No, just say, dude, no, you got rent for 3 years while I was underage. Oh, that's rough. Sometimes bring groceries for myself. Oh, only sometimes, okay. Mom either eats, throws away when I pay for it myself. My mom practically doesn't help me. I don't know. $633 car note and $700 for insurance while you're working too is nuts. Yeah. Maybe stop paying everything for your girlfriend, dude. Because you don't like her spending money. I don't know. If you don't have the money, you can't be doing that. There's more going on here than we're hearing. There's definitely more going on than I'm hearing. Let's filter by flair. Let's hear some ones that are just assholes. All right, am I the asshole for walking out of lunch with my parents? Ooh, all right, this one sounds juicy. Let me claim my Nook Miles first. Clam and collected. Do I have enough of the communicator parts, or do I need more? Maybe I'll give the island another once over. Hello, I'm 20 female and I'm currently home for the summer before my junior year at college. My relationship with my parents is not great. They were verbally abusive as a child, and my father has autism, and my mother has bipolar depression. I've had numerous fights about the past and the way my father speaks to me. He condescends or takes his anger out with every single perceived issue. He believes, as do most of my family, that this behavior is excusable because of his autism. This past summer, the fights over this have increased, as I have stated that we are to have a relationship. He can't belittle, talk down to me, or use me as a source to feed his anger. Okay. What am I missing for tools? I have a flimsy net. I have a flimsy shovel. I have a fishing rod. Am I missing something? Oh, I'm missing an axe. Okay. I want honest conversations and mutual respect. As the title states, I walked out of lunch with my mother and father today. We went out for sushi at a conveyor belt place with a removable iPad to order. He was reaching over to order and I grabbed it and handed it to him, thinking he didn't know. And I wanted to help him. He then grew frustrated and said, "You're making me lose my order." In an extremely agitated and upset tone, he was scowling. What had happened is the iPad flipped to another page of the menu, making him temporarily lose his spot. He was ordering rice. I told him that he couldn't speak to me that way in the calmest tone I had. He told me that I should not have touched it and that I made him lose his place. He was still scolding me, and while not yelling, bitterly speaking to me as if I made some kind of unforgivable error. I said once more that he can be upset, but that he has no right to be talking to me like that. He told me he didn't do anything wrong. At that point, I decided to leave because I cannot listen to such behavior after a lifetime of it. My mother told me not to leave, and I said again that he has no right to treat me like a punching bag because I made a mistake. Then he repeatedly he didn't do anything to my mother and that she made me lose my order, treating like I was overreacting. And he did not offer any of those other words in apology, so I left. I reached out to my mother to apologize for leaving her, knowing she would want to eat together. But it quickly grew into an argument as I expressed that I wanted her to stand up for me and not let... Bro! You're making this such a big deal. You're saying that your father is acting ridiculous? Dude. Come on. Why are you just moaning and moaning and whining and moaning and it's over with? Quit it. Okay. Now we are talking as I refuse once again move on from one of his many arguments we've had about the way he communicates and then cites his autism as the culprit. My sister tells me that all it is his autism. I need to either accept it or stop trying to have a relationship. The thing is, I know others with autism and they know one autistic case is not the same as any other. Autism is a very big spectrum, and just because you know some people with autism doesn't mean you know this person with autism. You know nothing about their autism. You don't know what makes it different. You don't know how they exist. I mean, you've lived with them for long enough to see that this is a very often repeating thing. And look, if he can't help it, he can't help it. You just gotta suck it up. Like, I'm sorry, but you can't be sitting there and mauling and mauling and mauling and mauling and expecting your life to be okay. If you're just complaining about everything that he does, then you're never gonna like anything he does. Why don't you find parts of him that you like if you can't get along with this stuff? But you lost me when you said, I know other people with autism. I'm sorry, but nope. At that point, nope, you're the asshole. You're the asshole at that point. I don't care. You don't know their autism. You know other people's autism, maybe, but you probably don't. And you're probably just saying you do. And maybe they're easier to deal with because they're not as severe. Maybe they have different kind of autism. Maybe something's different and you don't know. Stop saying shit like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be better, people. Be better. Am I the asshole for not going out? So we're in the asshole section, by the way, right now. So everyone in here is going to be an asshole. I felt like getting my blood raised, like my blood pressure higher. Just for fun. Oh. Am I the asshole for not going out? I asked one of my close friends, let's name her Lucy, not her real name, to hang out. But she told me she couldn't because she has plans. I called another friend of mine, Suli. I just asked to hang out. She told me I'm going with Lucy to get some food. You should join us. I told her Lucy said she had plans. Suli said, let me call her. A few moments later, I got a call from Lucy saying, hey, you should have come with us. My sister is the one who made plans. I get pissed off and I tell her I'm not going. It feels fake. Or now you don't have to because you got caught. After that, I closed myself off for 3 days to the point I wasn't talking to anyone. Since my dad passed away 4 months ago, I've been having a real problem with my emotions and I just wanted to take time for myself to cool down and talk later. When I go and talk to Lucy at the gym, says I blocked your number and deleted you for... What? That I'm a narcissist? That I'm a manipulator? That I'm always blaming her? Am I the asshole for taking... We are missing a lot of stuff there. You didn't just get blocked and your number deleted for no reason. Come on, dude. There's gotta be more to that story. There is no way that that's it. Yeah, dude, let me scroll down and see if OP came back. So let me get this straight. Lucy's sister, a completely separate third party, made plans with her own sister and one of her sister's friends. When you found out about it, they offered to include you. So you threw a tantrum, blocked them. Wait, you blocked them? Wait, what? Wait, you blocked them or she blocked you? Wait. We were friends for 20 years. All of us are You're mid-30s? You're mid-30s and you're acting like this? Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. That left a foul taste in my mouth. That one left a foul taste in my mouth. Oh, that's disgusting. Am I the asshole for getting frustrated at a janitor for throwing out my red ball? Hi, so I work at a McDonald's inside of a Walmart. Earlier I was working and on my break I went to browse around Walmart. I had a... Oh, it's a Red Bull, not a Red Ball. I had a can of Red Bull that I purchased earlier that day. For reference, the small cans cost $3 to $4 in Canada. So I was browsing around, I went to the washroom in Walmart and put my drink on top of the old hand dryer that was out of order while I was using the washroom. When I came out of the stall, there was a girl cleaning and noticed my Red Bull was gone. I asked her, did you just throw out my Red Bull? She said, yeah. I replied with, it was full. I'd only taken a few sips, and she replies, kinda. And says sorry in the most non-apologetic tone ever, to which I scoffed. This has really been pissing me off all day. Even though it's just a drink, I was really excited to drink it during my shift, and that's like $3 down the drain. I can afford it, but still feel like that's besides the point. I feel like the girl definitely could have been more apologetic. Ugh. Bro, it's just a drink. It's just a drink, man. And you gotta relax. If you really couldn't afford the $3, then maybe you'd have, like, an issue, but you said that you can afford it. I don't know. If that was, like, your last $3 or something like that, then I could see why you'd be upset, but it's a misunderstanding. You were in the bathroom. Like, why didn't you just bring it in the stall with you? I don't know. If you're really scared of losing it. Let's sell our stuff. Oh yeah, I gotta go donate that fossil. I think I should drop off my my rocks somewhere. I like my rock collection though. I wanna keep a little rock collection. I just find them neat. Okay? I just find them neat. They're nice little rocks. My 11 stones. I don't have a reason for keeping them. I find them neat. I'm gonna go talk to that guy and see if I have enough communicator parts. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she should contribute after she yelled at me for using her stuff? Okay, my 16 female family is not very well off. We live in one of the most expensive cities in the country, top 20 most expensive city in the world. My dad owns a small business. My mom is an elementary school teacher, so we're not really rich. My sister, 24, lives with us rent-free, even though she makes almost twice as much a month as my mom. She works a lot, but a lot of it was dumb luck. Her main job is singing for her boyfriend's church. She sings how many days a week? 3 days a week, and they got her a car. Pay her $50,000 a year, gave her an allowance for her college, and they sent her to other churches across the country and even went to Europe a couple of times with a group of people to preach. Besides the church thing, she is a private swim coach. She charges $150 an hour for private lessons, or $100 per kid per hour for group lessons, and she does that 5 or 6 hours a week. That's all of them! Alright, sweet. Then on top of that, she babysits for one of the pastors for like $40 an hour. She's a substitute teacher, and she might start teaching mommy and me classes at the end of church daycare. I know it sounds like a lot, but it really comes out to one full-time job. Mm-hmm. Really? Really? Do you work? Do you work? Church is about 15 hours a week between performances and rehearsals and other events. Babysitting is about 10 to 15 hours a week. Coaching is about 5 to 6 hours, and subbing is like 3 to 6 hours a week. She has a lot of disposable income because she makes really good money, and the only thing my parents make her pay for is car insurance, which the pastor pays for half, since she drives his kids in their car. Since she has a lot of money, she gets to buy some really nice stuff. My brother, our other sister, and I use the $2 shampoo and conditioner. Our toothbrushes and toothpaste come from the dollar store. Laundry detergent is whatever's cheapest, even if it doesn't work great. I'm pretty sure they water it down. My older sister pays $14 for the bottle of shampoo that's smaller than my $2 one. She gets body wash at Lush, and she gets to use... Yes, but it's her money. It's her money. You get that stuff for free. She has to pay. That's the difference there, bud. She paid me $20 a week to do her chores. So use your $20. Use your $20 to buy fancy fucking soap if you want it. How about that? So I started putting some of her shampoo and conditioner in little travel bottles so I can use some. And I'd take some of her detergent pods and scent beads to use on my clothes, and I'd eat some of her snacks. That, as well as taking her money? She eventually caught me, but she noticed her stuff disappeared faster, and my brother ratted me out, and called me a little thief. Yeah. I told her she's a selfish bitch and has money for name brand premium everything. She should contribute so the rest of us can use something. At least kinda decent. Now she's staying at her boyfriend's apartment and is threatening to move out if my parents don't do something about me stealing. My brother and other sister think it's overreacting, but my parents are pretty pissed. Yeah, you're the asshole. You're not the asshole for telling her to contribute. You're the asshole for stealing from her. You can't do that, dude. If she wants to share, she can. Why you get $20 a week? Why don't you use that on fancy stuff? Why'd you have to steal from her stuff as well? Let's see what the top voted thing is. You stole from your sister. Stealing isn't okay just because someone has more money than you. Whether she needed to contribute or not is between you and her parents. It's none of your business. If you want nice things, then go out and get a job after school. You don't get to steal from someone just because you have less than them, or because you think they have dumb luck. My next door neighbor won the lottery and has way nicer things than I do. I don't go steal it just because he was lucky. Yes. Yes. Okay. At least the comments have some sense. No replies yet? So checkmark, seen they definitely saw my message, right? Yeah, I'm sure they're en route. Hopefully I can get a little house for that guy. I like him. He's cute. Alright, let's get more asshole ones. These ones get my blood going. These are good. We invited my husband's estranged sister to my son's birthday. My in-laws and Bill? B-I-L? My in-laws and brother-in-law, all adults who live together, have had a huge falling out with my sister-in-law. Huge. They all lived together at one point. It was a pretty toxic environment. They pushed her out and then disowned her for choosing her dog over them. Granted, it was a bad dog, and we are dog people. Oh, I got a squid! But I grew up in a home of love and forgiveness. They did not. My mother-in-law made them all agree that she was evil and cut out of the family. My husband and I are not part of the drama, never were. My sister-in-law hasn't even been reached out to say happy birthday. Mother's Day, Father's Day, we invited her to our son's birthday party. My in-laws and brother-in-law flipped when they saw her. In hindsight, probably should have warned them, but honestly never thought of it. My father-in-law ran away crying. I mean, ran away. Like no one could locate him for an hour. My brother-in-law wouldn't even sing to my son and said Oh. They barely... Yeah, you were the asshole here. You didn't know how bad it was, but... Oh. You should have listened to him. That's a really touchy subject sometimes. Like, family that you're not talking to, there's a very, very good reason for that. Almost always. Like, I don't know. I have a... Well, actually, you know what? We're not going to say anything. There's a very good reason that you don't talk to some people in your family. Oh. Oh, man. That was a quick one. Standing my ground about living conditions. Never thought I would post here, but here we go. I, 29 male to female, have been at odds with my mother, 61 female, about moving out of our currently crappy living conditions for almost 2 years, dating back to roughly the start of 2024. We've been living unhappily with her boyfriend, 64 male, for just over 3 years after he bought a house without either one of our consent. Why would he need your consent to buy a house? So we've been trying to find a place to live that would improve our living conditions, since both me and my mother have physical and mental impairments that living with her boyfriend have not been helping with. The problem is that I want to move into a place that me and her would both be happy with and would improve our conditions significantly. So I vocalized with her the same idea. She, on the other hand, has been very argumentative with me and just wants to move out for the sake of moving out before she gets driven crazy by her boyfriend. I've been unaware about their estranged relationship for a while. But it feels like I was being unfair in her treatment of me. So last night, I sent a long email to her about my grievances of this very situation and explained that I did not want to be villainized for wanting better conditions for both of us, rather than having some subconscious favoritism. Ugh, you sound insufferable. I'm not gonna lie, you sound just so hard to deal with. Yeah, you're the asshole for standing your ground on this matter. Oh. Are you paying rent? What? What would give you the right to feel any of this? I don't know. You sound insufferable. You sound insufferable. Let's see what the top comments are. You're the asshole. You're 29. You don't need your mom's permission to move out, and it isn't her responsibility to put a roof over your head. If you aren't happy and healthy living there, then just go. BF bought a house with his own money. Why would he need anyone's consent? That's what I was wondering. You can choose to be his tenant and presumably would be paying rent or move out on your own. Also, you live with your mom. Sending an email rather than having a conversation is just bizarre. Yeah. You sound absolutely horrible to deal with. Just horrible. Wait, can I not donate those? I guess I already did. Okay, that's rough. That's really rough. Okay. I think we'll do one more good one, I guess. One more asshole. A shark tooth pattern. Yeah. Let's donate this. Can I donate it? Oh, cannot accept new donations. Wait. Have I been selling stuff that I could have given to you, but you have a full... Oh no, I haven't been reading it. I've been reading Am I the Asshole and not this game. Oh, rough. Oh, that's rough. How long have I been doing that? Oh, man. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess this is the last... Yeah, this will be the last one. Let's put some stuff down on the ground. Alright. Am I the asshole for not having a meal with my boyfriend's family despite feeling rubbish? Basically, my boyfriend said I made him look bad, and now I'm worrying I did, and I could have avoided it happening altogether. So today, I, female 23, was woken up by my boyfriend because his family were having their usual Sunday roast at his house. I've lived with them since February. I said I didn't want to go because I was exhausted and overwhelmed with uni work, and I ended up crying. He said I could just come down in my pajamas. What's that? What are those bubbles out there? He said I could just come down in my pajamas and say hi, but it's not an option. It's not that kind of family. They're quite formal, and it would have made me feel even more self-conscious. Okay, so it's not that kind of family. It's that you couldn't do it because you would feel bad. Also 5 grandparents, which is overwhelming as I have none. I explained to him before I have ADHD and that the social situations can be really difficult for me. I get overwhelmed and burnt out quickly, especially when I'm already stressed. Sometimes I genuinely don't know how to talk to people, and it makes me feel panicked and anxious. He knows this. He also knows uni work is highly stressful, and I've been breaking down in tears at random moments the last month or so due to stress and anxiety. I'm due to start placement again tomorrow, and I have a feeling of dread about it because of my anxiety. Panic attacks have stopped the last couple of months, but it's always there. To be clear, I love his family. They've never done anything wrong, and I don't dislike being around them, but sometimes, especially when I'm already emotional and mentally drained, it just feels like too much. I've even signed up to work some upcoming Sundays just to avoid this exact situation. What made me feel a bit guilty is that when I tried to explain this to my boyfriend, he said it would look bad on him if I didn't show up. I didn't know if he's right. I didn't want to make him look bad, but at the same time... What is that? I want that. I caught a walking leaf. Seems to be taking its stride. Aww. Okay. To be clear, I love his family. They've never done anything wrong, and I don't dislike being around them. But sometimes, especially when I'm already emotionally and mentally drained, it just feels like too much. I've even signed up to work some upcoming Sundays just to avoid this exact situation. What would make me feel a bit guilty is that when I tried to explain this to my boyfriend, he said it would look bad on him if I didn't show up. I just don't know if he's right. I don't want to make him look bad, but at the same time, I just didn't have the capacity today. I've missed them before. Boyfriend has, boyfriend's younger brother, and girlfriend has. So I don't know if my boyfriend said that to try and make me feel bad. Or to go down. I'm worried, I may have been the asshole because my boyfriend looked bad. And I could have gone down and gone through the meal, but I would have made it very awkward. Am I the asshole? Edit. Thank you for the replies. I want to address the safety notes. I am safe, and I think moving out would probably better suit my social needs better. Myself and my boyfriend have a turbulent relationship, and me moving in seems to help that. A little apprehensive about what it will be like if I move out, though. He has previously been unfaithful and caused some hefty trauma that I still have constant... Break up with him, dude. Break up with him. Get out of there. Just leave. So I have said I'm moving out. Okay. So you are moving out. So I have said that I'm moving out. Explain that I'm struggling to be a part of the household and it's for the best. As a result, me and my boyfriend have broken up. I feel devastated and currently packing things from the bedroom. Okay. I think that's what's best for everybody there, dude. I think that's what's best for everybody. He's not being faithful. You're worried about ruining how he looks. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. I don't think anybody's very happy there. And you're only, what, 20-something? You don't gotta put it together for the kids or whatever. Just get out of there while you still can. Alright. I think that's the last story we're gonna do. Let me check. Yeah. I think that was a good session. Alright. I'm gonna hop off here. Thanks for watching.